back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Adiola. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I hope you turn on your notification bell so when I drop new videos you'll be able to see it. So in today's video we'll be learning how to draft our PrincessDart bustier. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be needing our tools here. We have our ruler, your long ruler, your armhole curve, our marker, your marker pen, and your tape rule measurement. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be needing, I have my measurement here with me. I have my measurement. So you're going to be drafting out our basic bodice pattern to achieve this. That is what we'll be using to do that. So quickly I'm going to be reading that out. So I have a video on my basic bodice pattern, so you can check that out. So the first thing I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be ruling out a straight line here. So that will be my starting point. So this is my starting point here. Now the next thing we're going to be doing, so this will be my shoulder. So my next line is going to be my chest line. So your chest line, the formula to get your chest line is your bust circumference. So my bust circumference is 35.5. So I have my measurement here. You're going to be dividing that by 6, then you had 1.5. So I have mine already, so I'm going to be ruling that out here. So this will be my chest line. So the next thing, we're going to be taking our vertical measurement first. So the next we're going to be taking is my bust. So we're going to be taking the vertical. So my bust is 10.5. Then because this is a PrincessDart, we're going to be using our under bust measurements. So my under bust measurement is 13.5. Then you take your 16 inches, then your ½ inch for joining. Don't forget that. Then I'm going to be ruling all that out now. Then my ½ inch. Okay, so I'm going to be labeling that. So this is my bust line, my under bust line, my waistline, and my half length. Okay, so we have all that ready. So now the next thing we're going to be taking now is our shoulder measurement. So my shoulder, you divide your shoulder by 2. Okay, so once I do that, I'm going to be having 6.5. So I'll repeat the same thing on my chest line. Then I'll use a ruler to bring that down. So on this part, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Okay, so this is my 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then for the neckline, normally you're supposed, for the basic bodice pattern, our neckline is, the standard neckline is 3 by 3. But because this is a PrincessDart and I want a different neckline, so I'm going to be going with 3.5 by 5 inches. But for a petite size, the 3 by 3 can still work. But for a medium size, you should increase your neck width and your neck depth. Okay, so I'm going to be using 3 by 5 for mine. Then for the depth, I'll use 5 inches. I'm going to be connecting that. So but for a plus size, you can make it 4 inches or 5 inches. You can make it 5 inches for the width. Then for the depth, you can make it 4 inches or 5 inches. So it totally depends on you. Then from this point, I'm going to be connecting this point here to my 1 inch for slope, because the human shoulder is not straight, it's slanted. Okay, whatever you have here, you divide by 2. So I have 6.5 here, so I'm going to be dividing that by 2, 3.25. So this is my 3.25. I'm going to be coming in by 1/4 of an inch or ½ inch here. So I'm going to be coming in by ½ inch. Okay, so now I'm going to be coming to my chest line. So my bust circumference, you divide by 4. So whatever you get, you impute it. So mine is 8.875. So I have it here. So I'm going to be connecting this part to this part and this line. So I'm going to be connecting this first. And connect back to this line. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to be doing. Then again, now we are going to be taking our bust span measurement, that is from one nipple stand to the other. So mine is 8 inches, whatever yours is. If it is 7 inches, you divide that. So you'll be taking that from your bust line down to your waistline. So after doing that, then whatever you have here, you measure it. From this part, you measure what you have. You take your time to measure it. So mine is 8 inches. So whatever you have, you add 1 inch to it if you're drafting on your pattern. But if you're making this on your fabric, you don't need to add 1 inch. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch to mine. So mine was 4 before, I had an inch to it, so that'll make it 5 inches. Okay, so this is my 5 inches. Then I'm going to be connecting this line here to my bust line with a ruler. Okay, then from your bust line, you're going to be going up by 1 inch. So I'm going to be taking an inch, 1 inch here. Then on this part here, we're going to be taking our dart intake. It's just to make our armhole line and our bust not gape. Okay, so whatever you take here depends on how busty you are. For a medium size, you can take ½ inch on both sides, but for a probably size 38, 39, you can take 3/4 of an inch. But for a very busty person, you can take 1 inch on both sides. That will be 2 inches. So I'll be taking ½ inch for mine on both sides. So these two lines here, I'm going to be connecting it back to this 1 inch. But first, I'm going to be doing that with my ruler. So this totally depends on how busty you are. And why we are going to be, you can see this part here is a little bit higher than this part. And if we have to cut this out and join, this side front is going to be shorter compared to this side. So now to make it balanced, to make it align, we are going to be taking whatever you took here. I took ½ inch here, so that is 1 inch. I'm going to be replacing it back to here, so everything can remain the same. So this is my 1 inch. So you extend it by whatever you took at this side. Then I'll connect that now. Now we're going to have a new armhole line. Okay, so you can see that is our new line. Then afterwards, there is a procedure in which you're going to be using for that intake. Now the next thing we're going to be taking is our dart intake. And for our princess dart intake, this totally depends on your bust. Okay, there is a standard procedure. For a bust 32 to 35, you can use 1.5 inches. For bust 36 to 41, 2 inches. Bust 42 to 45, 2.5 inches. But for 6 and above, 3 inches. But since I fall within the range of 35.5 inches, so approximately I'll fall within the range of 36 inches. So I'll be using 2 inches for my dart intake. So whatever range you fall to is what you will be using. So this is how I'm going to be doing mine. So you're going to take this on your under bust to your waistline. So I'll be taking, since I fall within the range of 2 inches, I like to take ½ inch here first. Okay, So this totally depends on you. If you want to take your 2 inches or you divide it into 2, it's totally up to you. So you can decide to take 1 inch here, 1 inch here, but I'll be taking half inch here, then 1.5 inches here. And you connect it. You're taking this just on your under bust to your waistline, okay? Then from your bust line, you're going to be coming down by 1 inch. Yeah, you remember we went up by 1 inch. So from this 1 inch here, we're going to be connecting. So you connect this way. Then you flip it to the other side. Then you connect. Then make sure you blend this part in. Make sure it's not pointy, it's not, because no human body is totally pointy. Okay, so you can see that. So you blend that up. Now we start taking our circumference. Then my circumference, my bust circumference is 35.5. So I have that, you divide that by 4. So I have 8.75. Then the 1 inch that we took here, the half inch, we have to replace it back. So that's 1 inch. Then we're going to be taking half inch on both sides to join this center front to our side front. So we would have 1 inch for that. Then your allowance, you can make your 2 inches allowance, 1 inch, whichever. So I'll be taking just 1 inch allowance, okay? Then make sure you take your bust circumference on your chest line as I did. Then now we're moving to our under bust. Our under bust measurement is 29. So whatever your under bust measurement is, take it, then you divide it by 4. So mine is 29.5. I divide that by 4. I have 7.375 or so. Yeah, 7.375. So this is my 7.375. Then the 2 inches that we took for that intake, remember we took half inch, 2 inches here. So whatever yours is, so this totally depends on how busty you are. Remember the procedure. So if it is 3 inches, you add back the 3 inches, okay? So mine is 2 inches. I'm going to be replacing my 2 inches back. Then 1 inch for allowance. Then on my waist is 30, so that's 7.5. Then my 2 inches for that, then 1 inch to join it together. So now I'm going to be connecting the lines together. Okay, but now I'm going to be separating my 1 inch allowance to this. So this is our PrincessDart Bustier. Okay, so there you have it. You can see how easy it is. You can see how neat it is. Then don't forget to add your shoulder allowance of half inch for joining. It's very important. That was why I said we should leave some spaces at the upper part here. So add your half inch, then you connect that. Okay, and we have that ready. Now I'm going to be drafting the back and we can see how to do that. So I have my back pattern here with me. So this is my back. So I have everything ruled out. We have our chest line. So your chest line is your bust divided by 6, then you add 1.5. You impute that. You impute your under bust, or if you want to, then your waistline, okay? Then now this is my starting point. So the first thing I'm going to be taking now is my zipper allowance. So whatever measurement you want for your zipper allowance, I'm going to be taking 1 inch for my zipper allowance, okay? So I have my 1 inch here. So you rule that to your waistline. So this is my zipper allowance. So that's the first thing you're going to be ruling out. So just like I did for the front, I left this out because of our shoulder allowance. So afterwards, I'll be taking my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 13. Still, you divide by 2. So whatever yours is, you divide by 2. Then you repeat the same thing on your chest line. Then you connect the 2 lines together. Then my shoulder measurements of 1 inch. They need to be coming down by 1 inch. So there are 2 methods in which you can achieve this. If you don't want the normal princess darts at the back, so you can use the normal basic bodice pattern for the back, where you just impute your chest line, your waistline, you take out your darts, that's your bust span measurement. After your zipper, you do that. But now I'm going to be doing the normal princess dart at the back. Okay, I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be taking my measurements. So after taking my shoulder measurements, my neckline is going to be a little bit higher than the front one. Since I took 3.5 at the front, I'll repeat the same thing here. I'll repeat the 3.5 here, and I'm going to be coming down by 1.5 inches. So you can decide to do 1.5, 1 inch. Okay, totally depends on you. But I want my back to be a little bit higher than the front line. Okay, then this, I'm going to be connecting this to the back. Okay, so I have my back already. Now I'm going to be connecting this line. So you are still on the safer part if you want to do the normal back. Okay, if you don't want the princess, you follow the same procedure. Okay, but you won't be connecting from this part down. So whatever you have here, 6.5. So I have 3.25. So then from here, you just draw it down. Then if you want a princess dart like I want, so whatever I have here, I'm going to be measuring that. So you measure what you have. So I have 8 inches, you divide it by 4. Then you add ½ inch to it. So that's 4.5. Our bust span measurement, you're going to repeat it on this part here. So I have 4 inches. So our bust span, you divide by 2. So mine is 8. So I divide by 2. So I have 4. Then you take that from your chest line downwards. Okay. And chest downwards. So I have my 4 inches here. I'm going to be connecting that. Then from your chest line, you come down by 1 inch. Then from your waistline, you take ½ inch on both sides. This is just like the normal basic bodice pattern for the back. Then you connect this point, these 3 lines together. And you do the same for the other side. Okay, so that's basically that. Then if you want the princess, but if you don't want the princess, this is perfect already. Then you take in ½ inch here, you remove ½ inch from your zipper. Then from this part you connect it. This is just to remove the zipper bulge at the back. You know, the human back is not totally straight. Our back is a little bit curvy. Okay, so after doing that, this is basically, then you take your circumference, but make sure you're starting your circumference measurement from here after your zipper. Okay, so your zipper can be 1.5 inches, 2 inches, whatever inch you want to take. So your measurement, you take it as a circumference, your underbust if you wish to, and your waist, then you connect. But since I'm doing my princess darts, so now I'm going to be connecting this part here to this line. So whatever armhole curl you want to use, but I think I want to use this to achieve the desired curve that I want. Okay, yeah, so this is how to achieve. But before we do that, I actually totally forgot. So you can just go up by 1/4 inch to have a perfect size. Okay, then I need to just bring this out. Then I have a new armhole curve. Okay, I need to be following this now. This is my new, taking out my zipper parts. So you can decide to just, from this 1/2 inch here, you can decide to stop here or go up. So I'm going to be stopping at my neck region. Okay, I'm going to take that to my neck region. Okay, so this is to eliminate the zipper bulge at the back. So now we're going to be taking our circumference now. So just like I said, you take that from this part here. So, and you know at the back we don't have the bust. Okay, so you're going to be taking your bust measurement on your chest line, just like I said. So that is 8.875 here. Then 1/2 inch to join these two together, that's 1 inch. Then another inch for allowance. Then on your under bust, you take your under bust measurement, that's 7.375. okay, so this is my 7.375 here. Then the 1/2 inch joining allowance, you return that back, then 1 inch. Then on your waist, my waist is 30, so if I divide that by 7, that's 7.5. Then 1/2 inch here, which is 1 inch, I'll return that back. Then 1 inch for allowance. Then this 1/2 inch that I took away, I have to replace it back. Then the plus the 1/2 inch, then you connect. That is how to draft the princess for the back. It's not as wide as that of the front because we have our bust in front here. So okay, you can see that. You can see it's a little bit different from that of the back. Okay, so now we are going to be cutting out our pattern. Then don't forget, for the back, let's add our shoulder allowance. Okay, then take your 1/2 inch. So before cutting it out, I'm going to redraw this part here. Okay, so just watch how I'm going to be doing this. So be careful at this bust point. I'm going to be cutting my neck. So this is the front part. So this is the back. So watch how I'm going to cut the back. Then for this part, you can decide to add just 1/2 inch here. Then from this part here, you connect it all the way here. Okay. So this is for the back. So I need to be relabeling that. Then cut out this part in the neck region. Then the zipper part, we're going to be cutting that off. So this is our new zipper. So this is the front, this is the back. So I'm going to be revealing that. So this is the back. This is the center front. This is the side front. Side back. Okay. So now you can see the little bit difference. So you're going to be cutting this on fold because this is the front, so this will be in the middle part. So this has to be on fold, except if you want to design it. Then this will be cutting two pieces of this. This you slash it because of the zipper parts. Then you'll be cutting two of this likewise. Then you'll be joining it with your interfacing, okay? Interfacing. So I'm going to show you a video on how to join the PrincessDart together. Then also, which I'll be showing you a video. I'll be teaching you how to draft and sew the full PrincessDart. That's like your blouse length with the off shoulder. Okay, it will be the off shoulder or the v-neck. We'll decide on which it is. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you understand. Okay guys, give me a thumbs up if you like my video, and until I see you in my next video, bye.